I just want to preface this review by saying that Space Jam is one of my favorite movies of all time, and so is Who Framed Roger Rabbit, so this movie was for me. This is my fault.
Hello, Adam Ryan Donato.
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 Hello, Adam Ryan Donaldo.
Hello, Adam Ryan Donato.
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 Hello, I am back here again today to talk about the newest movie heading straight to Disney Plus, Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. Now, this is a reboot of the Chip 'n Dale show. I know them from For Wilderness. They do a little dance before the movie plays every night. Other than knowing them as theme park regulars, I know very little about Chip 'n Dale, so this has very little nostalgic value for me. This movie is very reminiscent of Who Framed Roger Rabbit because tunes are an active part of everyday life. We are constantly seeing a bunch of different cameos from different animated properties. And I'll say that's definitely where this movie shines because the story is your very typical Chip 'n Dale. They meet when they're kids. They leave the show. Dale leaves the show, which breaks everybody up. Later on in life, they're all not living up to their fullest potential. They try to reunite. There's a mystery afoot. They have to save one of their friends who has been kidnapped. Maybe Chip and Dale can come together on this experience. So the plot's really basic and whatever and boring, but it's fine. No, it works. It's fine. Where this movie shines is the fun that it has with all the animated characters and honestly the world building of this updated modern day toon world that we're living in. I'm sure I'm not spoiling this because it's in the trailers, but we go to the Uncanny Valley, so we touch on 3D animated characters who look so close to being real, but that also makes them look creepy because they're still obviously fake in subtle ways, but they're real in other ways, so it just looks weird to the eye. I'm sure this is not a surprise to anybody when I say that not only do we see a plethora of different Disney characters, but we see characters from all studios. And it's really fantastic to see that happen because you're like, oh wow, how would they let them use that character? They use every single type of animated character you could possibly think of in this movie. It helps it to feel special and fun, and you're watching the whole thing. You're like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Like, it's a crazy experience. Some of it goes really far. Like, I saw something in this movie that I am beyond shocked by, and I don't know if I can reconcile with it. One of the obvious things is Chip is still 2D animated. Dale got the reconstructive 3D surgery, so now he's a 3D animated character. Honestly, as far as reboots of old nostalgic kids shows go, this did it in a pretty good way. Like, it was still pretty funny. From what I know of the characters, I guess it was pretty true to them. They paid homage to the show in a lot of fun ways. The changes that they made, they had a reason for making them, and they had to do with the story and with the themes and with the overall bit and jokes of the movie. I think it's a really good time. It's really easy to look at this and be like, oh, corporate synergy garbage bullshit. It's really easy to see all these cameos and be like, that's all that this movie is. And to a certain extent, sure, I'm sure I wouldn't enjoy this as much on a rewatch knowing what the cameos are going to be going into it. But there's a lot of stuff that's so bold and you would never would think in a million years that would ever show up in a movie, but it happens. And it's really crazy stuff, and it's really worth the watch. I think it's an above average reboot, and therefore I'm going to go with a solid 4 out of 5. Probably would go down, especially on a rewatch, down to a 3 out of 5, but this movie, not only is it generally enjoyable and cute, but I love all the things it does with the different types of animation and the references, and it's not just like clap, clap, clap fan service references. It's done really interestingly and creatively, and every time I see it, I'm like, wow, how? Why? What? Who? Because this is for kids, but like you're regularly seeing things from like R-rated cartoons without spoiling anything. Andy Samberg and his brand of humor is all over this movie, and he plays Dale with John Mulaney playing Chip. I think that that's fine, fun casting. They got a lot of good chemistry together. John Mulaney's kind of a stick in mud the whole time, and Andy Samberg's kind of animated in an annoying way. I know that doesn't make much sense, but like he's in Storks, and he's perfect in that. He's phenomenal, and that's where he plays an animated stork bird. And here, he's just kind of annoying and cringe a lot of the movie. His character is kind of dumb and annoying. And there's a lot of things that just happen in this movie that are convenient, dumb, and annoying. It's funny because I just watched John Mulaney live in concert. I think it's called Scratch That from Scratch, something like that. But it was awesome seeing him live. It was absolutely hilarious. And it was so interesting to hear him recap the last 2 years of his life because he had a lot of stuff go down. And he didn't touch on all of it, but it was very, very funny. It was a lot about him getting intervention, his rehab, a lot about his son. Very, very funny. I recommend it wholeheartedly. If he's coming to a city near you, watch it. If you can't and you're waiting for the special to come on Netflix, that's an also good option. That's all I have to say about this movie without spoiling it. 4 out of 5. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And now I'm going to talk about spoilers. Okay, bye. Ugly Sonic changed my life, I think. I don't think I'll ever be the same. They're at a fan convention. Dale has his own booth and he's signing autographs and he's not doing very well. And he's kind of right next to Ugly Sonic, which he has a solid rapport with. They're like friends. And Ugly Sonic is so obnoxious and weird and crazy, and I kind of loved it. And there's several scenes where Chip is like talking to him and he's just focusing on his teeth. We get close-up shots of his teeth, and that's like the big issue. And they talk about it, and it's so weird that that was allowed to happen in a movie, and it's so funny, and it makes everyone involved look so good. I love Sonic more now that they were able to poke fun at themselves. I love Disney that they were able to pull off poking fun at Sonic and poking fun at themselves and poking fun at everything. Seth Rogen's character plays a Uncanny Valley version of this like little dwarf with an axe or something like that. But there's a scene where he's encountered by Pumbaa from the 2019 Lion King movie, and he's sitting there talking about his dead eyes, and I'm like, Pumbaa, you're talking about his dead eyes? I know that's the joke, but still. And then Bob from DreamWorks Monsters vs. Aliens showed up, and also Mantis from Kung Fu Panda franchise shows up, and they're all Seth Rogen voice, and it's just so funny and weird. I've never seen anything like this. It's awesome. When we go to the Uncanny Valley, we see 2 cats from the movie Cats fighting in the alley, and I just want to say, we did it, Joe. Like, it's just so funny to see them on screen again, for Universal to have a sense of humor about it and put it in there like that, and for Disney to pull it off, and for it to make sense and be funny. You can't sit there and say it's like a Star Wars or Marvel like reference, like where they want everyone to clap at the cameo. This is a niche film thing to joke about, because I feel like your average person wouldn't be like, oh, those are the cats from Cats. There's a lot of things in this movie where you're like, is that the thing from that movie? Or is this a ripoff of that thing from that movie? Because a big plot line is the villains trying to make bootleg movies. Stars of previous, like, actually popular, like, Disney movies or whatever, they star in these ripoff versions, like these overseas ripoffs, bootlegs. So we see a lot of that kind of stuff. I don't know if we're seeing the actual character or if we're seeing a spoof version of that character. This is definitely the type of movie I would want to watch with the director's commentary on, where he's talking about all the little references and stuff. The attention to detail is done really fantastically. This movie is ugly as hell, but it was kind of awesome for that. That was kind of the point, is they were making fun of computer generated characters and old timey animated characters, and it was really funny, and I had a great time with it. If you want to look at this with a cynical eye and be like, wow, they're just trying to get out on references, yeah, you're right. And if you're not game for that, you probably won't like this, but I had a really good time with that, so that's why I'm going to go with a 4 out of 5. Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the 2 Space Jam movies, Looney Tunes Back in Action, and now I guess Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. And here's how I would rank those movies. Number 1, Space Jam is one of the greatest movies of all time. Bada boom, bada bing, number 1. Number 2, I'm going to go with Who Framed Roger Rabbit pretty handily. It's a phenomenal movie. It's actually a better movie than Space Jam, but it's not as nostalgic for me, so sucks. Number 3, I'm going to go with Looney Tunes Back in Action. I'm putting that above this because that has a lot of nostalgic value for me. Who knows? Over time, it's very possible that my number 4, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, might overcome it, because I had a really great time with this movie. And then obviously Space Jam: A New Legacy isn't even on the list because that movie's ass. Check out this movie on Disney Plus, coming out soon. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me who your favorite cameo was. Was there anyone I didn't bring up that you especially liked? Every year I do the Adam Awards. I added a category called Best CGI Character. While I thought that the platypus who likes the money from Fantastic Beasts had a pretty solid lead, but honestly, on Ugly Sonic really is a solid contender, because that is such a bold bit in a movie to pull, and the fact that they pulled it off was fucking fantastic, and I really respect this movie for doing something so weird. Okay, bye.